I seen that this live was still there. I forgot. Good evening, beautiful ladies, wonderful gentlemen. I seen that I had a live stream still pending, and I know people probably saw the 9 o'clock one. They was like, let's hear what he got to say about this, and so they probably wasn't there for the 6 o'clock. So this is a recap and a review, being that I got a little bit of time. I just looked at my wrist. I got time today. I'm eating the fish that I just bought earlier. So sorry. And I also have a chip, a tooth that cracked in the back, and it's ready to come out. So it's making me eat in a fucked up manner. I'm sorry, but I'm really hungry, and so I'm trying to eat this food. But in the meantime, I'm not. I'm gonna put this food down because I want to get really, really more in depth about what I was talking about earlier. Because earlier I was being just cool about everything, but we using the word sabotage, and sabotage it means a whole lot, and it's not meant to be taken lightly. And so that's where I'm at right now. We have to understand that we be sabotaging a whole lot of shit, and is that a good thing? Rest in peace to Shakim Ra. And some people say, yo, that Shakim Ra is still around. I don't want to be putting no false advertising out. Some people said Shakim Ra is lit right now, and he's alive, and that makes me a little nervous. That makes me a whole lot nervous that he's still around, and here I am talking about him like he's supposed to be body. Somebody give me some real facts and let me know, is this boy still gonna be around in this sector popping shit? Do he have a channel, or is his channel not alive? Locko said his channel is dead. He's done. He can't come back. Somebody else is in the live talking about he was on Photon DNA. I need to know is if he's gone or not, because we don't need people like him flip flopping all over the place and causing such animosity. To hear what Flacco said to me earlier about how he's speaking about his dead brother, it's like, what is wrong with that man? He don't need to be back in the sector, and he need to be banned permanently. And I mean, I'm not really going to be in the sector too much longer myself. I'm only here for a hot second, and I'm hoping that I can get some people to really hear me and roll with me. And if so, then we're going to resurrect the sector. But if we're not going to be on that and we on something else, then I'm just going to disappear myself and just be done with this whole shit. But I don't want to leave without getting some shit settled. Thank you once again to all those people who gave donations. Thank you to all those people who gave support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Never, ever, ever think that I did not appreciate anything that was given to me. I swear to you, I really appreciate everything that anybody gave me. Do not believe anything that come out anybody else's mouth that Don wasn't appreciative of anything. That was never a situation. Was I looking for it was I looking for people to give? Never. I was just appreciative at any time it happened. There'd be times I'd be sleeping, and the next thing I hear I'm sleeping, and I would hear the cash up ring, and I'd be, what the hell? And I would look and see what time it is. It'd be like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and I'm sleeping, but I'm getting a donation. So, like I said, that was one of the biggest blessings I can ever see, and that was sabotaged because people was chasing for cash apps. They chasing for coochie. They chasing for the attention of the women. They chasing for the cookies. And that's the reason why this whole sector got sabotaged. This sector got sabotaged because men was chasing, not clout chasing, but chasing women, chasing cash apps. And then when they see a threat, then they try to belittle the threat, and they try to humiliate the threat, and they try to get the threat wiped out. This sector is toxic. But you gotta understand, this is a Umar Johnson sector, so this sector is toxic. And then if it's not a Umar Johnson sector and it's just a fuckery sector, this sector is really toxic because nobody really want to see you shine and do good. And then those who do want to see you shine and do good, they will be joked and ridiculed on because they are supporting you to shine and do good. See, this is what I'm talking about. He still have a channel called Shakim Ra Exclusives. So what? So he's still gonna be using that right there, and he's still gonna become in the sector. So that means he's still gonna be going about and trying to harass Flacco. What's going to be the end result? Well, I mean, Flacco did everything the right way. I mean, he got his channel removed. Now what Flacco got to do if this man come back and he's constantly harassing still, he feels he still need to make a name for himself by coming at niggas. And this is hard for me because I really want to knock Umar's head off, but it's like I haven't done it yet. And I have 100% reason to do so because he owes me money. But what do a person like Flacco do in a situation where this guy want to make videos and all this other shit still about him? If he's still around, what do you do? Like with Tiffany, I swear to life, I would love for her pussy to be like stitched up. I would like for her to be laid out on the table on YouTube in some torture room, getting her pussy stitched up with no medication. But that can happen. That won't happen. I can't do that. So it's like, what can I do when the person just keep coming at me? Keep coming at me, coming at me. What can you do? I guess you can pray that her pussy gets stitched up and some one day that someone have her in torturing in the room. But then you sit back and be like, damn, did I just pray for that? Like I said, what's going to be the end result of Shakim Ra sticking around here? I don't know, but what y'all think about Tiffany laid out on the table with getting her pussy stitched up? And I know that sounds crazy, but like I say, I can't do anything. It's like she really harassed me to a point where I really want that to happen to her. Is that wrong for me to be wanting? I can't. You know what I'm saying? Is that wrong? What do you do to a Shakim Ra? The same as what do you do to a photon? This shit is some serious stuff. Like people don't understand the severity of what people do mentally when they really just chasing for clout and they chasing for when they just chasing. When they chasing just to get cash up, when they chasing, they would do anything and not give a fuck and respect you. And at the very end, what can you do with this whole YouTube shit? We could be like smoke. We could drive like 32 hours across the world to pull up and say hi. Or we can really set up a boxing match. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, this sector really needs to step up its game and stop talking and be about it. The same way that white boy built up himself and made himself become a boxer off of YouTube and YouTube beef, there's no reason why this sector cannot make that happen. But because it's being constantly sabotaged because people chasing for whatever they chase. I don't know what they chasing for. Like you got Deep Darrell, he calls himself the godfather of the sector, You got people clout chasing in so many different ways. You got people clout chasing so many different ways that it's so hard for them to pass up themselves for the betterment of the whole community as a whole. And I'm talking about this online YouTube shit. But they chasing for coochie, they chasing for attention, and they chasing for cash apps. Like that, my little thumbnail has that man with his hand underneath the dress. That's actually some deep shit. I actually was going to talk about something else with that thumbnail, but I said I use it for this. But that thumbnail was actually for Umar, for something I was going to talk about. So I would mention Umar in here. Umar has been chasing coochie, chasing cookies, trying to use his intellect to manipulate the people, and he's been successful using that so he can continue to chase coochie, or should I say cookies, and chase cash apps and mislead the people. And that's why this sector is where it's at, because everybody who's been trying to do the same thing. This is a Umar Johnson sector. That's what Umar Johnson been doing. That's what everybody in this sector been trying to do, including Leonard Honor. You best believe that Leonard Honor, if he's not okay, he says he never cheated on his wife. Cool. I'm not going to say he did, but this is his way of cheating on his wife. You hear me, Bernice? This is Leonard Honor's way of cheating on you. And then he's like a little hoe. He brings the money back to you. So he's like cheating on you, then bring you back the money. So Bernice, you really a pimp. Trust me on what I'm saying. Leonard Honor is cheating on you through this whole YouTube thing. He gets off of the tension. He gets off with the love that he's getting in these last few years. He really believes he's a celebrity. He believes he's a rock star. So he's chasing coochie. He's chasing cookies. That's why he called it the cookie crush chat. He's called 100%. That's his coochie. That's why this whole sector has been sabotaged a long time ago, way before me. It's been all these men trying to chase for the females, and then I came, and I didn't really want no problems with no man. I didn't want no jealousy amongst the men. That's why I stayed looking raggedy. That's why I stayed looking whack, because I didn't want no attention like that. And that's why every time a lady would give me some type of a compliment, I would throw it someone else, because I didn't want nobody to. I always get certain type of hate. So I didn't want that hate from niggas and people just hating on me in any type of way. So it's okay if you call me this and that and bad stuff. But I didn't want no type of hate because of women starting of feeling me in some type of way. Because I'm in a sector where everybody's chasing coochie and hating on those who get attention. And that's what I noticed. Every single person, everybody in this live, everybody who in this sector who have a live be chasing the coochie. I wasn't. I never did. I was not in no position to mentally. I wasn't in no position to physically. But did I like? Of course, but that wasn't that wasn't my momentum. That's why I was really different. That's why I stood out. That's why I started getting attention and love and blessings from the ladies, because I was different from everybody. I wasn't coming at no woman like these clowns. And then once I started getting some attention from the women, oh, you start seeing more hate come out from the men, because they were chasing cookies, and cash apps, and slowly sabotaging the sector. They brought so much hate to the sector. This sector really became like worthless. And going back to what I said, like I said, it was designed because Jamal Johnson had to protect his son. So he put that word out there like, yo, I need y'all to start shifting your energy towards each other. Like I said, they sabotaged and fucked me up. So I gotta speak about it. I'll be corny to myself not to speak about this shit when it 100% affected my shit. And if nobody gives a fuck about me not getting my money, that makes it even more worse. So I have to speak about this shit. I got to pull this tooth out. It's driving me crazy. I chipped this tooth. I think I chipped it. Not chipped it, but I cracked it. Opening one of those Heineken bottles with my teeth. I snapped the shit. Not in the front, but on the side, the back one. I either did it that way, or as one time I was just freezing. I was biting down my teeth and I cracked it. I can't remember how, but it finally split. Then it came out. Now we got to come out 100% because it was like a half a tooth in there. It's fucking crazy. I can't even eat this fish. I bit down on a piece of turkey bacon earlier today, and it cracked that tooth. I'm very upset right now because I'm hungry. I want to just murder this food, and I can't even eat it. I'm sucking on the damn fish. That shit's so whack. So like I was talking, I'm sorry for that little break, but I'm just trying to eat my fish. Now my fish went from hot to cold. And now I'm mad. So like we said that most of these dudes are just chasing for coochie. And then they hating on one another if they get attention. And all they doing is sabotage a platform. Now going back to what I was saying, I was talking about the white boy. What made him make his whole platform bigger than anybody else's? Well, how did he make his platform bigger than everybody else's? Maybe because in that white crew, yes, you know the white people be hating on each other. You know they be going in. You know they go in. But it's the type of hate that we do. I think we do the worst type of hate. And I don't know. I not like you said, your white people really out of control if you watch a whole lot of the shows and shit like that. But for some reason, it seems as if whatever we do is just always going to be the worst at it. If we do things that when we being bad, if we're going to do things, we do things at the best if we try. But it seems like when we're going to be fucked up, we know how to just fuck up everything. And that's what I'm trying to tell you with like Umar. It's like there's no reason why sensations can't rock and become sensations. And why is that Paul would get a shot with fighting Mike Tyson, but Umar can't? It's because we in the background is not bigging up one another the way we should and could. And that's what it's all about. That's the sabotaging. Too much crabbing and not enough uplifting. And that's where this whole sector go. And why? Because niggas watching each other's pockets and they watching who's sending who's showing interest. If they see if these dudes see a female showing some type of interest, yo, that should be so funny. I'll be sitting there looking at how these niggas be acting and be like, yo, y'all are so childish. They are so childish. And that's what sabotages this whole sector. Childish behavior by grown men acting like little boys and little girls, but especially little boys, and not being a man and straight being bitches. The other day I was in the store and this woman, she was in the store, and when she left out, we was leaving out. I said something to her. I can't remember what I was saying. Then we was talking, and then there was a dude that was outside the store, The next thing you know, he starts screaming over me to her. And he said, "Oh, you could talk to him, but not to me." And then she started remarking back to him like, "Oh, y'all together?" type shit. And I'm like, "I don't know, dude." And so when I went to the store, back into the store, he's like, he made a little comment talking about, oh, I was talking to her earlier, but she didn't want to say nothing to me. And then he started saying it must be a light skin thing. Umar Johnson used that light skin shit a whole lot. And I was like, nah, it's not even about light skin things. It's about I said something I said to him, but I said, but one thing I don't like is the fact that none of us got anything out of her, and the fact that I wasn't able to get conversation from her because you hating over my shoulder. He didn't expect me to say that shit. I'm like, because he thought I was going to talk about her, but I was like, nah, nigga, if she's talking to me, why the fuck you over my shoulder talking? I said, and then I said, the best way I could put it is if you at the counter, you standing at the counter, in front of the counter, and somebody reach over you and over your shoulder to put some money on the counter. That's just annoying. That's what you doing. You screaming over my shoulder while I'm talking to some shorty. And that's what niggas be doing in this chat and all online, period. That's what everybody do, period. But that's the problem with how we be sabotaging our should be, because we be trying to get something that's not meant to be for us. And so many of these dudes be trying to get these females and trying to razzle dazzle the women like like this is a online dating site, trying to impress the women. And that's how this sector got sabotaged. And it happened to me several times. It really happened to me several times. And that's why the sector got sabotaged. And it's going to continue to be that way because that's how that's what it's built on. And so that's how it's always going to be. What's the next chick that pop up that everybody gonna want attention of? And then if it don't go their way, then they're gonna start hating on. Who's that next chick? It seems if I know Stargate was one. I know I'm only going to assume that that chick who popped up yesterday was one as well. I don't know her name, but she says sometimes I get carried away. I think her. I think I think people probably try to come at her and try to get with her, and it went sour, and so everybody started hating on each other, or hating on her. I don't really know, but I just sensed that because the way they all just booted her off the live and the panel was like, yo, what's this hate about? So niggas probably was trying to come at her, and then she probably dubbed them, and then everybody started dissing her. That's how this should be. It'd be so corny. All these dudes be corny. I can't say all these dudes, but a lot of these dudes be corny. And I want to go more into it. Like, yo, like we need to go more into this shit because we gotta stop doing this shit. How the sector gets sabotaged? How the sector fucking go to shithole? The hate, the type of hate that's out here. And I mean, I love good laughs. I love laughing, but when we laughing off of hating on each other, that's bananas. And that's what niggas did, yo. I don't know what the sector was about, but this had to be the Umar Johnson sector. I know this was the Umar Johnson sector. And for it to be anything else, remember he fucks with. I mean, it was professional people on this site before. It was a lot of professional people. If it was a plumber, a roofer, you had electricians, you had doctors, you had teachers, you had all sorts of freaking blue collar and white collar people in this sector. And y'all allow the fuckery to take it over and think that those people gonna stick around and pay attention to that shit? Well, like I say, this sector got sabotaged because men Yo, honestly, I want to know how many men wanted Catherine Brown. I want to know what type of attention she was getting, and then I want to know what happened, what she do to these people that made them like go against her. I want to know. I want to know what's everybody beginning. I want to know how many men try to holler at Catherine Brown. How many men Catherine Brown try to holler at? Because it really caught me off guard for her to be taking my channel down because she donated to me $75 like a week or so before she started going in on some crazy shit. And she always says she don't give no man nothing. She gave me $75. And I didn't even know why. Like I say, folks, it was so much hatred from other people sending mixed messages to other people to make people really stop doing the things that they were supposed to be doing. I told Ghost mad times like, yo, lay off of Catherine because there's so much more that we and I this is before she gave me money. I told him to lay off of her because there's so much more that we can get out of her because I believe that I believe that what was the word I said? I'm gonna use a different word, but I believe that she is meaningful in a way. I told him that he just haven't he's not using her right. And fuck going all that back and forth shit. But their back and forth shit trickle off to me because throwing my name in shit. And it makes it seem like this is the conversation that I'm also engaging with. And then next thing you know, she's mad at me. I don't know what the fuck she got mad at me about. Outside the fact that she wasn't gonna get me to say, hey, okay, I work for you. But then like she decided she's gonna impress, just like Shakim Ra trying to impress Umar. So now she wanted to impress Umar, so she said, yeah, I'm gonna attack Don. I'm gonna make a name for myself, so I'm gonna attack Don. And another reason why she attacked me is because she had Tiffany on the phone one time and she was trying to get me to say stuff and do things. And I kind of knew that something was funny. And so I did everything totally opposite. And I'm pretty sure Tiffany was like going in, like, fuck him, and see how he talking. And matter of fact, she even came back and said she was going a lot. He don't not talk to women and stuff. But bitch, because I knew that you was there. I knew you was there. I put everything together once she told me the stories. I knew you was there. Once you call me and you say hold on, oh fuck that. There's no hold on. There was no time I knew Cosmo was on the other line. Those girls were scheming and scheming and scheming, and Ghost was all in the middle of that scheme. Oh, he got the roller coaster ride of his life. I don't know, but I'm only going to assume. But that whole Cosmo and Tiffany and what's that chick and Catherine, that rabbit hole gotta be way deep, way deep. They were setting these dudes up all left and right. setting everybody up, sabotaging. The women was sabotaging shit right before niggas' eyes. To this day, I don't know what happened to Cosmo. I have no idea what happened to Cosmo. Why did Cosmos and TC in their friendship? One reason is because Cosmo and Tiff was teaming up and becoming real cool. But I saw that because when Tiffany said something about, she said she reached out. She said, "I'm gonna reach out to you guys." And once I heard that shit, like I said, I know Tiffany's a witch. So I was like, "Oh, something's about to happen." And she started doing what she do, and next thing you know, chaos. I know I have no idea what happened with that. Is Cosmo and Ghost, are they still not talking? And what was that all about? I remember I came one time and they were doing live, and Cosmo, for the first time she came that I seen, she came on and she was on live, and she was at the school because she a teacher. She was the kids was outside, and she was just showing herself off and let it be known that who she is. And she, but like I said, I'm trying to figure out what happened with that. Like I said, these are all things that the sabotage of this whole sector. And Tiffany's a key player. Once she started interacting with Cosmo on that level, it was all over for Ghost. And I don't even see how he wasn't seeing that setup. It would be mad times he'd be like, "Yo," he'd be like questioning me like, he thinking I'm fucking sending messages through Catherine. I'm like, nigga, why you say this? Why you say that? Like I say, them women was doing some funny shit. Had him bugging out, like thinking that he even sent. He was like, "Yo, man, look, if you fuck with her, I can't fuck with you." I'm like, what the fuck's going on? But you put me onto her. I ain't know her. But like I said, the sabotage was happening all across the board, and the manipulation was happening all across the board. And nobody, and as I'm telling people like stop fucking with certain people, it's like I do what the fuck I want to do. I fuck all right. When T didn't get that bitch off that panel, that's when the sector really was done. See, y'all thought it was really lit for content shit. No, that's when I knew the sector was over with. When he did not take her off the panel, and he told me I can leave. That's when I knew the sector was over with. Because that was the whole the sabotage was complete. Because you gotta understand the whole mission of the sabotage was to get Ghost not to be supportive of Dawn. That's the end result of the sabotaging. And Ghost was used for it on himself and not even knowing it. The whole thing was to get Ghost as far away from Dawn as possible. Even that chick, what's her name? Oracle. Even the Oracle. I don't. She was to me just a little psycho. because I didn't know what the fuck. When she first came on my panel, when I did live, and she was chopping up and questioning me, I ain't know nothing about her. I don't know, and then I'm confused. I'm like, okay, you are Omar supporter? You're not. I'm in the Book of Negroes. Okay, so then are you Umar Johnson supporter or not? So she's a Umar Johnson supporter. So therefore, she can't. For me and Ghost to be connected, that's not good because she's a Umar Johnson supporter. So everybody on that whole team, for them to continue to really have a show and for them to really have relevance, I understand that's the key thing. For them to have any type of relevance to the community, you have to get rid of Don. Because Don would take away all the good guy crew relevance. That's the sabotage, folks. So for all you guys who got the sector now, remember how you got here and respect how you got there. Because if it wasn't for, and this for real, if it wasn't for me coming to the sector, whoever has that platform right now, you wouldn't have the platform. Because I'm pretty sure you was in the sector before me. But because the sector got sabotaged and it was about turning away from me and bringing it towards just the chat, that's why you. Once again, for all those, I'm gonna say the names, and it's not disrespect to you, but I'm gonna say the names. For all those people out there that has relevant channels right now, who already had a channel before me, but now your channel is relevant, it's because of sabotaging of me that made your channel that much more relevant now because they needed something else to take the place of the attention that I was getting and bringing on Umar in the next way. So this sabotaging was really designed, and it's so crazy because, like I said, some people really came up. Some people really came up, and the only one that, and the one that really got hurt at the end is Ghost, because throughout the whole sabotaging, is a lot of lot of things that was lost that took place at the same time. And all for nothing. But like I say, your man Jamal orchestrated this shit. And I'm saying that shit because, like I say, I needed as much more support as possible, and I really think that behind the scenes that in the first like 2 months, Umar was going through it. I think he really was going through it. I think he was really feeling that shit. And so they did that fund. I think the fundraiser that he did, and then when he showed him, he raised like $10,000. That helped boost his ego back up because his whole morale was down. I don't care how many books he was selling, his morale was down. And the people had to bring his shit back up. That's why they was going extra hard. That's why they got rid of our channels. That's why they was going extra hard because that man Umar probably was probably so depressed that it made his father like Say, damn, son, I can't look at you this way. And so all those people was moving in a way that to save Umar, but yet and still you hurt your own sector. You hurt, but like you, but Flacco's up, Tiffany's up. I've never seen ever since Ghost became Ghost. Shit, honestly, I haven't seen one of Ghost lives in so long. It's crazy, but I don't know what his situation is. But that's why it's important for Ghost to embrace Umar again and embrace that whole package again. Even if he's out the sector, it's important for him to embrace it because no reason for him to allow all these other individuals to take it to a shithole. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people that was listening to the lives, especially when when you was on your game and you was talking, and they was interested in a lot of things that you was talking about. But ever since you started really getting to the dirty conversations in the back and forth, I'm pretty sure you lost a little bit of your intellectual fan base because of the fuckery. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got a different outlet, but it's not like I know it's not like how you was at the beginning of this whole Umar thing, and that's why you got to go back to Umar and you got to ride that shit hard. Unsabotage the sector. Flacco, he's still going to go. He's going to be protecting his fortress, and which is his situation, and he's always just going to be able to dib and dab and make it happen. But I believe that you got a lot more TC to really like to prove to yourself as well as to the audience. Because I didn't like a comment that someone put. I don't even know who the person is, a new person to me. But talk about TC running sector, yeah, right, whatever. I'm like, oh, what? So that person whose sector is it? Whose sector is Smoke Guard sector? I hate even giving the dude advertisement, but is it Smoke sector? Whose sector is it? That dude Max V, he was talking the other day. He was talking about how he's not part of no sector. He's in no sector. I know he's saying that for me, but he said, yeah, I'm not in no sector. I don't need the sector. As you can see, I'm still doing my numbers. I don't need the sector. I came in the chat, and in 2 seconds he tried to block me. Like, dude, why are you trying to block me? And for you to block me, that's stupid. That's gay. You should keep me right here. So he tried. I thought he thought he blocked me, but I was in there all the time. I was never blocked. I think he realized to block me had been stupid anyway too. Then Max V started talking about like Max V sabotaged the sector. Because Max V wanted out of nowhere make the sector 100% about him. He trying to be victims. How many times Max V tried to become a victim? Just trying to get all the attention on him. Then Max V talk about if you don't have $20,000 in the bank, you can't talk to him. You can't say nothing, dude. The ones who the weak, the less fortunate, is the ones that the world must listen to. It's not really it's not the rich. It's not the ones with the money because the ones with the money don't know what to do with it. It will come. The right words will come from the less fortunate. That's why I'm in that bracket. I'm in the less fortunate because the right words will come from there. In 2 seconds, I'll be in the fortunate bracket. But in the meantime, I can't be around sabotaging motherfuckers. And this sector got changed. So with that all being said, I'm still trying to eat my food while my teeth is fucked up. I just, like I said, I just came to do this live because I realized that I still had to set up, and I'm pretty sure people want to hear about this sabotaging. Yo, Ghost. We gotta talk about this because, like I said, man, you keep saying that the sector's dead and the sector is done, and the people's not here. And this is not the right sector. And I'm trying to say, how did the sector get like this? Why is the sector like this? And do we just allow the sector just to continue to be that way and be like, fuck it? Or do we pick me up now? Do you think it's now time to really focus in and get some things accomplished? And this is the time, man. This is the time. So now that now that the smoke is cleared, all the smoke is cleared up, and now it's time for you to really see the bigger picture right now. And the bigger picture is, let's get this money. And we ain't talking about the cash apps from the people. If the cash apps from the people come in, that's a blessing. But let's get this money from the right people. Umar Johnson has been in Mike Tyson league for the longest, and Mike Tyson, this is a fight that the people can become the promoters. Become that promoter, my nigga. No more sabotaging. Become that promoter. Fuck some old wire shit. Fuck that dead nigga who's on drugs. Fuck that nigga. Yo, I'm sorry, folks. I don't give a fuck about that story. He got a bad case of fentanyl. Fentanyl and what? He was on a show dealing with fucking drugs, and he died dealing with drugs. And we saluting that nigga like he was fucking what? It's tough love, folks. We stay focused on dumb shit. This nigga died off a drug overdose. We ain't not getting no real money out that shit. I told Ghost, wait, like, yo, Ghost, man, let's start reaching out to a whole bunch of other channels and let's even get some flyers to start promoting the channels and go a little bit harder. But if we was really going hard when this whole Mike Tyson shit popped up, trust me, yo, we would have made the impact. And like I say, I'm not saying it as a supporter. I'm saying it as a promoter, hustler to get this money. How many times I keep saying, let's get this money? And you saying it's not there. It is there. Leonard Arnold said he would pay $175 to watch the fight. You don't think other people would spend some money to watch the fight? Come on. Let's stop sabotaging fucking the right mission, folks. That's the bottom line. Umar Johnson, I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass. No sabotage can stop this. There's nothing that you can do from this point on that's going to stop me. Understand that. And all you men and women out there, Icy Don is here. I'm not really here for the YouTube. To be honest, I'm not going to be doing much more videos. It's just that simple. I'm going to fall back for a little bit. I'm just going to hope that some people reach out to me and they say, yo, I think that, we can make this happen. And that's where I'm going to start moving. I'm looking for a few people that believe that we can get Mike Tyson to give us that celebrity fight. Embrace Umar as your own pawn. Embrace Umar as your own project and move him. There's no black man right now in the world that is in a better position spiritually for Mike Tyson to make a move with economically than Umar. That sounds so crazy, but there's no other black man in the world that's in a better position spiritually to get Mike Tyson to do what Mike Tyson needs to do economically than Umar. No Leonard Honor would be able to get this done. No Leonard Honor won't even be a conversation from one man mouth to Mike Tyson ear. To you know what I'm saying? Seti won't, Brother Polite won't, Young Pharaoh won't. Umar Johnson mouth came out. Umar Johnson name came out. And with that being said, we must respect it to understand that Mike Tyson owes that nigga. And we are the people that need to make it happen. Let's stop sabotaging shit. Let's stop sabotaging our ships and making them sink. And let's start putting jet motors on the ships and make them run like a cruiser. This is Icy Don. I'm not going to talk much longer. If there's anybody who would like to come up and they would like to say something in regards to what I've been talking about or anything, if you like to talk about anything right now, please come on up. And yeah, just come on up and chop it up on anything I was talking about because I talked about a lot of stuff. I told you who sabotaged it. Your boy TC, aka Ghost, sabotaged it. Your man Jamal sabotaged it. King Kong Crazy sabotaged it. Because when King Kong Crazy didn't get what he wanted, he definitely just went ham and sabotaged it. But he's small fry. Tiffany sabotaged it, and Flacco. If there's anybody who, what the fuck happened to my comment? Somebody let me know what the situation is. Let me know what y'all think about my breakdown of the sabotaging of this. Let me know if you think someone else was part of it. Let me know what I don't know. But I don't want to just be here just giving my viewpoints on everything. I would like to know what you know. So if there's anybody that knows something that I don't know, holler at me. But once again, it's time for us to start addressing those people who sabotage the sector and really question them and find out if it is true and why what was their motives of sabotaging. Like your man Flacco says, he said, "Yo, when you having a man constantly, when you have grown men talk about another man constantly on some other shit, yeah, you're gonna come and kind of like put a shield up there." And so Flacco agreed that he put a shield up there to protect Umar because Flacco, was a supporter of Umar. What made Flacco say fuck him and make a little change? And that's very important. Your man TC was definitely a supporter of Umar in the way that because he had to. He had nothing to other but to give the man respect because Umar helped him get his boys, man. So yeah, of course you're gonna give Umar that love and respect, and going to give him that little bit of protection. But to sabotage a whole, a whole, a whole fucking sector to protect the person is it's kind of whack. especially when you know that the person was wrong. I mean, if the person's right, then that's one thing. But when the person you know is wrong and you still protect them, that's kind of whack. And so that's where the problem is right there. Protecting someone that we already know is not don't need to be protected, and we still doing it. And then at the very end, we don't get much out of it. It's not like they cash you a check unless they did. And that's why I want to know: did somebody send some money? Did somebody send some money to be protected? These are questions that I'm throwing out there, and now it's a lot of content. If there's anybody who's paying attention, run with this. Ask these questions. Find out, was there any money given to sabotage the sector? Find out who paid who to sabotage the sector. Allegedly, as they say. Allegedly. But like I say, something went wrong, and it went wrong immediately. It was some major sabotaging. Because yeah, because I mean, most people looked at me as a supporter because I was working at the school, so they thinking I'm a supporter, but I was the victim. So it was never about me being on Umar's side. So it was like once that really went through, they realized like, wait, he's not one of us. Then that's when they start saying he's a fraud warrior. Yo, how many times they start saying I was, is Don a fraud warrior? How many times Flacco even asked me, am I fraud warrior? That shit was like, wow. Then Darrell starts saying he's an inside fraud warrior. Everybody starts saying. I'm like, if I am, I am. If I'm not, I'm not. I'm a victim of a person of not being paid. And if that means I'm a fraud warrior, I would like to know what type of conversations y'all was having behind the scenes about me. And like I said, I was never really seeing a lot of live, so I want to know what type of conversations y'all was having on your panels. It was just so weird because Ghost was always in defense. That's why the sabotage was very deep. It was really, really crazy because he was always in defense of me, but yet and still he helped sabotage at the same time. So that's why Shakim would be like, yo, what's up this bipolar shit? Because it's kind of confusing. Like you defending, but yet and still you allowing the sabotaging to take place. And because it's content, folks, it's all about content. So the sabotage became content. And as long as people don't know the sabotage take place, they don't know. But the sabotage became more content. And then once you make it strong enough, now you have enough content. Now you just push them away. Don's no longer topic. We are for Don. And that's how that shit went. And that was not cool. That was a major sabotaging of the sector right there. When they pushed Don out to be a topic. And like they voted me off the show. Well, I'm back for a limited time. And with that being said, how long? Okay, I kicked it with you for almost an hour. We got 59 minutes and 30 seconds. Nobody's coming onto the panel. I'm going to try and take time out to eat this food that I bought. What time I bought this food? I bought this food like 8:30, 2 hours ago. I'm about to try and really eat this food. Thank you for your listening, your support. Once again, folks, if there's anybody who would like to support my cause, My cause right now consists of me trying to get this money up for a lawyer. I'm putting together my website. I'm putting together my app, and we gotta get product for the wintertime for these young people because they're gonna come. They're gonna be coming. And the same way I was doing the pictures of the people who support me with the buttons, I'm going to do the same thing with the people who come and listen to the program. And I'm going to be putting out there on the channel so you guys can see the amount of people that I'm enrolling in Project Pick Me Up, aka Project Pick Us Up. Okay, so that's about to take place in the next 2 weeks. So look out for those videos and share it and let people know about the program and let people know about the importance of really helping out men who would like men who really believe in doing things in the community. All right, so I really appreciate y'all. Trust and believe me with the things I say. I'm saying the truth in regards to me. I am a community activist. I believe that we can make a change in our community if we start with ourselves, and we have to really start having a certain type of love. We have to start spreading that love. We have to be tough on ourselves. We have to be tough on each other, but we don't have to be so evil on each other. And we have to really become a wake-up call amongst each other. And that's who I am. And that's what I always said. And if anybody think different, then fuck you. Thank you for your listening ear. Thank you for your support. If there's anybody who'd like to donate, $ I see Don 167. Thanks for listening here, your support. Have a beautiful, blessed evening. Oh, real quick, big up to Miss T Pre. Thanks for being in the chat. Big shout out to you. Thanks for just coming to chop it up with me. And once again, thanks for letting me know Shakim Ra has exclusive. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna go check this out. Shakim Ra exclusives. I'm gonna go check out that Photon shit. Cause I want to visit Photon and find out, what's our beef, and I'm gonna end the beef because I don't need beef with people being on their channels and platforms that I don't know what they're doing and talking horrible about me. I have a big mission, a big goal, and I don't need outside people shitting on me like little birds. So we're not gonna allow that to be. King Kong crazy. I know that we ain't, you probably didn't think about me, but we need to have that conversation because I would like to know what made you like really go in and how did you feel about that at that time when a brother was really in need. I would like to know how did you feel on the inside of telling people don't fucking give no bread to them. Do you think that you was really doing the people the right thing and saving the people from putting money in the hands of somebody, a creep, or did you do a wrong mistake? Let me know. So let's talk about that. But like I said, we talk about sabotaging sectors and we talk about sabotaging shit, period. We talk about having hands up people, women dresses, and chasing coochie and all sorts of shit. Folks, change yourself. Look at the man in the mirror, look at the woman in the mirror, and tell that person that you love them. Give them a big hug and a kiss for me and say good night. Peace.